I recently saw, I've been watching a bit of the news regarding the e-safety commissioner here in Australia, and look, this is the final straw. This bitch has lost any respect she had in Australia, as an Australian citizen, a resident currently. I used to think she at least had some reason to exist, being the fact that the internet can be wild at times. And I did lose some respect for her after she tried to assert control over the worldwide internet, last year. That was kind of secondary last straw, are you okay in the head kind of straw, trying to pull a fucking pull a dictatorship 1984 level thing on the whole world. Oh, I've got no love for Elon, for sure, but at the same time, man, I have no respect for her anymore. And now she's trying to ban YouTube, and it's kind of insane to me. The platform with videos that can save people's lives. Learning how to do basic CPR, so many important other things like TED Ed talks. If YouTube is restricted to those over 16, that literally means TED Talks are completely unavailable to those under 16. So if you want to watch those on YouTube, you can't. They're simply not there anymore if you live in Australia. That is a joke. To the Safety Commissioner right now, my only word for you is one: resign. Resign. You are an incompetent failure, a waste of money in this country, and a scourge on the government. Nobody needs you. Nobody ever will need you. And everywhere else has better moderation systems than you. I've reported content to the Safety Commissioner before, content that was completely illegal here, content I can't directly speak about on YouTube due to YouTube's insane restrictions, but it's the kind of stuff that usually ends you up in a bit of federal places, shall we say. Now, she goes on to have a bit of a whine about some other things. In general, I think she's incompetent, and so is anyone who thinks a social media ban will work. Usually they're just boomers who've forgotten that the internet will not be restricted by them, no matter how hard they try. To all of my fellow under 16s, my fellow people who don't want to share their ID with Facebook FFS, I will not be doing that, and I will never do that because that is unreasonable as all hell. My message to the Albanese government, as someone who advocated for you, who handed out how to votes, is stop this now. Fire the Safety Commissioner or get her to resign. She is making your government look like more of a joke than it already is. Revoke the legislation you have created regarding banning under 16s from the internet. Look, I've been out in a lot of the areas where this is somehow affecting teens there, and let me tell you, you are full of it. You are a lying scumbag, and the thought that the issue is Facebook and Instagram instead of communities where basic infrastructure is falling apart. The issue is Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm recording this at midnight, and I'm running off caffeine and hate right now. I have no other reason to be making this, knowing probably very few people will see it. But I hope that those very few people will see it, and at least think, is our government competent to be making rules that will affect us in such a heavy way? Is our government, should we allow our government to say, no, you need to provide your identity documents and your facial data and so many more private things to these huge companies? Do you trust them with that? I mean, I have a MyGov account. I have all those accounts online. But I sure as hell do not trust Facebook or Instagram or any of those other platforms with my identity documents. And I know a lot of people that wouldn't either.